What's up, guys? Chase with iDub Hockey, hanging out with Tyson, brand manager of sticks for Bauer Hockey. Now we're here in Cold, New Hampshire, checking out your new Bauer Vapor Prodigy line. So before we start getting into some of the specs, and how would you describe who you guys built this stick line for?
So this stick line is really for kind of that fusion between the beginning, so new to hockey players, someone that's just getting introduced to hockey, to somebody that's starting to play a little bit more often, starting to get into that competitive level as well.
So just talking about how these sticks are built for youth hockey, what did you guys do strategically for that young player this year?
So there's a couple key points on the line that we're really excited about. First is just the new flex offering that we have. So we now have a 20 flex that you'll see in orange, the 30 flex that's in green, and the 40 flex that's in blue. So for us, we really wanted to make sure that we had the right length of stick for a youth player and the right bend. So when these kids are going to really lean into their sticks and trying to get the most out of it, we want to make sure that it can bend with them and to really maximize that performance.
And it sounds like you guys did something a little bit different on that 20 flex as far as those bend properties go. So can you touch on that real quick?
Yeah, so the 20 flex, it's a little bit longer than what we've traditionally done for our kind of opening youth flex stick. And the reason we've done that is we want to make sure we had the length for those kids that are a little bit taller and really want to get all that bend that they can. But even for somebody that's very new to hockey that might be a little guy, 4 or 5 years old, it's built to be able to cut down that stick, and as you cut it down, it's going to get a little bit more stiff, but we know that those players are using that for stability and kind of leaning on that stick a little bit. So when it's at full length for those players, you're going to be able to get that performance when they're shooting. But for those younger players that are just starting out, you can cut that stick down, and it's going to be nice and stiff for them to be able to utilize it as they're learning and growing as they're playing.
And so another big thing you guys updated this year to help that playability for that young player is in this new PO1 curve. So what can you tell me about it, and how does that help those young guys?
Yeah, so you can see here it's something that's entirely new that we built specifically for the youth hockey players. So we went out, watched a lot of kids shoot, and we realized for them a lot of the times, they haven't quite learned how to pull and transfer that energy into the shot. A lot of times they're scooping the puck and trying to raise it. So what this curve does, first of all, is it helps them with that. So it's got a nice little toe curve on there, so as they're pulling and they're scooping, it's going to help them lift that puck, and we all know kids love to lift the puck off the ice, so it's going to help them do that right off the bat. The other thing that is a little bit different is the bigger part of the blade before you get into that toe, it's a lot flatter, so we say it gives a bigger strike zone. So as kids are either trying to stick handle or catch passes, it's got a bigger flat area there, so they're going to push it that way, and it's going to be a little bit easier for them. And then that toe curve couples it nicely as they're pushing the puck forward. It's not going to allow that puck to roll off that toe, so it's kind of the best of both worlds. It's going to help with stick handling, catching passes, and then when they go to shoot and they scoop it up, that toe curve is going to help them lift the puck off the ice.
Perfect. Well, Tyson, as always, thanks for having us out and filling us in.
All right, thanks for having me.
And then for you guys at home, now to check out more of these Bauer Vapor Prodigy sticks, make sure you go to icewarehouse.com.